Rabindranath Tagore was born on 7th of May in 1861 in a Bengali family. He was well known for his poems, plays, novels, music composition, philosophy, and painting. He became the first non-European and the first Indian writer to receive Nobel Prize in Literature for his Gitanjali in 1913. He established the renowned Vishwa Bharati University. His compositions Jana Gana Mana and Amar Shonar Bangla have been chosen as national anthems by two countries, India and Bangladesh, respectively. As a writer, Rabindranath Tagore has written many poems, dramas, novels, short stories, letters, essays, travelogue, nursery rhymes, and sketches. His notable works are Gitanjali, Gora, Muktadhara, Natir Puja, Chandalika, The Postmaster, Chitra, The Home and the World, Charulata, Nationalism, and many other. Not only in modern age, the existence of short stories can be seen even in ancient age and medieval age. Maybe there are no countries or civilizations which don't have short stories. Earlier, the short stories were used for ethical teachings. In India, the traces of short stories can be seen in the Panchatantra, the Kathasarit Sagara, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and Jataka tales. In the West, the traces of short stories can be found in the Bible, the Iliad, the Odyssey, and 1001 Arabian Nights. Short story is a short fictional work written to convey a message. Earlier, there was no particular form for fiction. The discussion regarding the form of short story started in modern 19th century. Today, the short story has a standard form. It has a restricted setting, which means the story takes place in limited places. These short stories include a simple plot with a few episodes or scenes. The story can be read in a single sitting. It does not consume the time of a reader. The short stories are shorter than a novel, which can range from 2000 words to 30,000 words limit. Character. In short story, a character can be a person, animal, creature, or a thing. A story can have only one character or more than that. In the present short story, the Kabuliwala, there are a few characters. Minnie. Minnie is a little girl and a daughter of the story's narrator. She is always with a bundle of questions to ask her father. In the story, she befriends the Kabuliwala. Minnie's father or the narrator. Minnie's father is a writer by profession. He patiently answers his daughter's questions. Kabuliwala or Rahman. Rahman is a street vendor from Kabul. He comes to Calcutta for business and sells dry fruits. In the story The Kabuliwala, Rahman develops an emotional bonding with a little girl, Minnie. Minnie's mother. Minnie's mother is stereotyped about the Kabuliwala. She fears the Kabuliwala may kidnap her daughter. She is a timid lady. She has phobia towards the animals, the insects, and people. The narrator of the story, the Kabuliwala, is a writer. He lives with his daughter Minnie and his wife. Minnie is a little girl with a bundle of questions all the time. Her father is the only one to answer her. One morning, when she is disturbing her father with her questions, she looks at a Kabuliwala in the street. Without thinking too much, she cries out, "Oh Kabuliwala! Oh Kabuliwala!" The Kabuliwala has worn loose, soiled cloth and a tall turban. He has a bag on his back and grapes in his hand. Listening to the shouting of Minnie, the Kabuliwala looks at her. Minnie, with fear, runs to her mother. Minnie thinks inside the bag of Kabuliwala there are 2 or 3 children like her. Since the Kabuliwala has been called, the narrator makes some purchase and learns the vendor's name is Rahman. To get rid of Minnie's fear, the narrator calls her out. The Kabuliwala offers her some nuts and raisins. Not influenced by any offer, she only clings to her father. Once, when the narrator is leaving his house, he notices the Kabuliwala has given Minnie some almonds and raisins. Then the narrator offers the Kabuliwala an 8 anna. The Kabuliwala takes it without any hesitation. Later, he gives it to Minnie. Minnie's mother finds Minnie playing with the coin and asks, "Where did you get that 8 anna?" Minnie says, "The Kabuliwala gave it to me." Minnie's mother feels shocked. "The Kabuliwala gave it to you? Oh, Minnie, how could you take it from him?" When Minnie's father returns, he finds Minnie's mother scolding Minnie for getting 8 anna from the Kabuliwala. He interferes and saves his daughter. Gradually, Minnie and Kabuliwala become great friends. Once, the Kabuliwala asks Minnie, "Well, little one, when are you going to the father-in-law's house?" For Kabuliwalas, the word father-in-law's house means the jail. Minnie, not knowing the meaning, asks the Kabuliwala whether he is going there. Are you going to the father-in-law's house? The Kabuliwala, showing an invisible policeman, says, I will thrash my father-in-law. Minnie's mother has an irrational fear of people, insects, and animals. Thus, she doubts the Kabuliwala and asks the narrator to keep an eye on him. She questions, were children never kidnapped? She thinks the Kabuliwala can kidnap her daughter. The narrator's effort to convince his wife goes in vain. Rahman, the Kabuliwala, visits his country once in a year. One morning, the narrator hears a noise in the street. He finds the Kabuliwala is being taken to the police station by the police. He rushes to the police and asks the reasons for his arrest. He learns that the Kabuliwala has murdered a man who had borrowed a Rampuri shawl from him and denied any such buying later. In the heat of quarrel, the Kabuliwala had killed him. In the meantime, Minnie enters. Oh Kabuliwala! Oh Kabuliwala! Not knowing the situation, Minnie asks, are you going to the father-in-law's house? The Kabuliwala laughs and says, just where I'm going, little one. Minnie is not convinced by his reply. The Kabuliwala is jailed for some years. As time passes, everyone, including Minnie, forgets the Kabuliwala. Minnie has made new friends. Growing older, she hardly comes to her father as she used to do as a child. Minnie becomes an adult as years pass. Now, Minnie's marriage is arranged in her house. Everyone is busy. The narrator is busy in checking the accounts. Then there enters a man. The narrator does not recognize him easily. It is Rahman, the Kabuliwala, who was in jail all his years. Rahman has returned from jail. The narrator wishes him not to be there on that day. He says, there are ceremonies going on. I am busy. Could you perhaps come another day? The Kabuliwala is about to go, but he turns up to see Minnie. He has brought a few almonds, raisins, and grapes, as he used to bring them earlier for Minnie. The narrator again says, there is a ceremony and you will not be able to see anyone today. Looking sad, he goes out. The narrator feels sorry for him. Rahman comes back to return the dry fruits he has brought for Minnie. The narrator is about to pay him, but then he stops him, saying, you are very kind, sir. Keep me in your recollection. Do not offer me money. You have a little girl. I too have one like her in my own house. I think of her and brings fruits to your child, not to make any profit for myself. The Kabuliwala takes a dirty piece of paper from his robe. It is just a piece of paper with ink smeared hand impressions of his little daughter, which he had collected many years ago while coming to Calcutta for business. Looking at Rahman's feelings, the narrator's eyes get wet. He understands the Kabuliwala is also a father like him. The narrator sends for Minnie. Minnie, now a young bride, comes in her bridal dress. The Kabuliwala, who still had little Minnie's picture in his mind, becomes surprised to see a grown-up Minnie. Kabuliwala asks her, "Little one, are you going to your father-in-law's house?" Now, Minnie understands the meaning of father-in-law's house. The narrator feels sad at this meeting, as it is not like the old one when Minnie used to meet the Kabuliwala as a child. When Minnie leaves, Rahman takes a deep sigh and sits on the floor. He thinks that his daughter must have grown up like Minnie. Narrator understands everything and gives a banknote to him to return to his country. He falls short of money and cuts some arrangement which were planned. Though the ladies in the house are disappointed, the narrator is happy at the thought of the Kabuliwala meeting his only daughter in a distant land. Theme of the story: societal stereotypes. Stereotype is a mistaken idea or belief that one has about a thing or a group. The beliefs are either untrue or partially true. In the present story, the Kabuliwala, Minnie's mother, is of a belief that the Kabuliwalas are kidnappers, and therefore she warns the narrator to be careful about the friendship between the Kabuliwala and Minnie. In the beginning of the story, Minnie too is a stereotypical about the Kabuliwala. Looking at his bag, she fears there are children like her in it. Her fears get vanished only when she befriends the Kabuliwala. The narrator too has stereotype about the Kabuliwala. When the Kabuliwala enters his house during Minnie's marriage, he thinks the Kabuliwala's presence is an inauspicious and tries to get rid of him. One more theme in the story is poverty. The only character who suffers extreme poverty is the Kabuliwala. He leaves his country and comes to Calcutta as a dry fruit seller to earn money. Unconditional love. There exists an unconditional love between the Kabuliwala and Minnie, a little girl. The Kabuliwala removes Minnie's fear and befriends her by offering her dry fruits. Even though he is paid 8 anna by Minnie's father, he gives it back to Minnie. He even tries to make Minnie laugh. When the Kabuliwala returns from jail after many years, he visits Minnie. He takes with him some dry fruits which he borrows from his fellow man as he has no money. When the narrator mistakes his intention and offers him money, he denies it. He tells him that he sees his own daughter in Minnie and thus he brings dry fruits and not to make profit. Multiple choice questions. Who is the poor seller in the story The Kabuliwala? A. Kabuliwala, B. Tagore, C. Minnie, D. None of the above. The correct answer is A. Kabuliwala or Rahman. Who unconditionally loves Minnie, remembering his own daughter? A. Kabuliwala, B. Writer, C. Minnie's mother, D. Kabuliwala's daughter. The correct answer is A. Kabuliwala. Who is more stereotyped about Kabuliwala? A. Rabindranath Tagore, B. Kabuliwala, C. Minnie's mother, D. None of the above. The correct answer is Minnie's mother. Who comes to see Minnie after released from jail? A. Minnie's mother, B. Rahman or Kabuliwala, C. Kabuliwala's daughter, D. Minnie's father or the narrator. The correct answer is Rahman or the Kabuliwala. Who is struggling to make marriage arrangements of his daughter? A. Minnie's father, B. Winnie, C. Kabuliwala, D. Minnie's mother. The correct answer is A. Minnie's father. Many